welcome to the Modern Skein podcast. My name is Sharon and I'm the owner of the Modern Skein, which is a yarn shop here in Montgomery, Texas. I hope you're having a great start to your day. If you're watching this in the morning, I'm filming this in the morning, and I kind of slipped into my Instagram opening. Oh, goodness. But grab whatever beverage it is that you're going to partake in. I have a nice warm cup of coffee. It's probably too hot, honestly, right now because I just pulled it out. Grab a cup of coffee, grab water, grab a fruit juice. I don't know. Grab a cocktail, wine. Maybe it's 5 o'clock where you're watching. Who knows? But get comfy and let's dive in here momentarily. First off, I want to thank our returning viewers and our subscribers. Thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot to us, and we are forever grateful that you are subscribed. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, sharing it with your friends if you enjoy this podcast as well. Let's get started, shall we? So, you may notice that I am wearing a piece of knitwear. I cast this on just honestly, I think a couple days ago. I really need to go back and look and see when I cast. It's not a couple days ago because I cast this on before Easter. Not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. I think I need to go back and look. But this is a new finished object. It never was a whip on the podcast, unfortunately, but it is finished. I'm going to stand up and share the name. It is the Look at My Holes by James & Watts. And so I did keep mine cropped. Let me back up a little bit so you can see the full look. Actually, I should, that way you get the full look. Ta-da! That hurts my knees. So this is the Look at My Holes by James & Watts. It was originally designed in Mojave from Kelborn Woolens, and that is what I used. However, I feel like this pattern is super adaptable. You could use dapple and your holes would be a little bit less holy. There'd be smaller circumferenced holes. That's the word. You could use Lenny. You could use Duo. You could use, honestly, you could use like 2 strands of fingering if you want a stash bust. It wouldn't be cotton, but it wouldn't. It was written in a cotton linen. Obviously, it was written for Mojave, but I feel like this pattern is very adaptable. So you could totally do it in a cotton or a linen or a plant-based or even a totally acrylic, although that would just make my skin itch. I can't wear acrylic stuff next to my skin personally. Where is it going? Or you could do a wool-based or a part wool or a 50-50 or something like that. And you would still get the fun laciness. A wool garment, because if it's a wool-based yarn, is going to have a little more memory to it. So it may be a slightly more clingy garment. That being said, you can easily just adjust the size that you knit and knit a larger size. Is my camera fuzzy? Hold on. I need to wipe the lens real quick. This is podcast professional, but oh, that made it worse. That's better. Okay. Sorry about that. But back to this. So, like I said, the pattern is called James & Watts. The only thing I did different from the pattern, so I did the sleeves as the pattern is written. So you just do one pattern repeat, and then, so I did the one pattern repeat after separating for the sleeves, and then did the 10 rounds of ribbing. As you can see, I have not woven in my ends yet. This was actually still slightly damp this morning. So that's what I did for my sleeves. And then for the body, from the underarm down, He says do one repeat and then measure and lengthen if you want to, or go into ribbing. So I did a total of 3 pattern repeats after separating for the sleeves. So it gets me basically 6 of these holes, because if you think of like 2 being a pattern repeat, so I got 6 holes and then went into my 10 rounds of ribbing. So I did the recommended 10 rounds of ribbing. I sized down in my needle for the ribbing. It works perfectly. What else was I going to say? You could easily make this longer if you wanted, obviously. I only used 2 skeins of Mojave, and honestly, I probably had enough to do 1 more repeat of the pattern before going into ribbing. That's how much yarn I have left. This does not eat up a lot of yarn. So I think even for the largest size, I think for my size, because I'm pretty sure I did the size 3. I need to go back. That's what I was looking for. Seeing if I still had my pattern in my bag. My bag is a mess. It's unorganized. Oops. Mail. Different pattern altogether. But you can see this is how much yarn I had left from my second skein. Okay, I don't have the pattern in here. And Mojave's is 185 yards per ball. So definitely, I think technically I could have knit one size smaller, like for my recommended size, but I didn't want any negative ease. I wanted some positive ease. I have like about a 36-inch bust, so I probably knit like the 40. I need to go back and look, but because honestly, once I pick my size, it's like it goes out of my head. It's weird. So James & Watts, I use the colorway Electric Blue because it is beautiful and I love it. We have lots of colors. We have lots of Mojave in stock. So now's the time to snag it for your plant-based knit along. This would be a great thing. I really envision it. I mean, like you can see, I just have on pants, like linen pants and a tank top, and then pop this on top. And just makes for a super cute outfit. I have some maxi dresses that I think this would be super cute to kind of pop on top of. I would wear this. I have like some swimsuit cover-ups that are just like the pants. And then you're supposed to like wear like a long sleeve something on top. Well, I would use this, especially in Mojave. Put this on top as like my swimsuit cover-up and put the fun wide leg pants on. That'd be super cute. Yeah, so I love it. I'm very glad I knit it. It was a quick knit. The pattern is super easy to remember, and the stitch is not difficult at all that you do to create this. There is a video tutorial if you are confused on what he means by the stitch. It's, like I said, it's not a difficult pattern as long as you follow through the steps. So, Look at My Holes by James & Watts. Then moving on to my next finished object. I will go ahead and put it on, even though it doesn't go with my outfit. I finished my DRK Everyday Cowl. And it's catching on my earrings. Also haven't woven these ends in yet. Okay. So this is the DRK Everyday Cowl by Andrea Mowry. And I knit the adult small. Yeah, I like it. It's definitely another one of those easy, almost mindless projects. I did 2 different colors of Moda, you can see there, but from a distance it kind of looks like it's all one color, which is cool. So this is the neon green paired with the colorway 800 or 801. They're both very similar, and I don't remember which one I did. Suri is just off camera, licking herself very noisily. So overall, it's a great cowl pattern. Well, there she is. And very easy to do. Of course, you just seam it up at the end. Lots of different variations you can do. You can do it all in one color. You can stripe. You can use like a gradient for one color and a solid for the other, or you can do a speckle and a solid. So there's lots of options as far as what you want to do. And for yarn, like I said, I use the Moda, which is like a heavy DK or a light worsted. I have customers using the earth worsted for like that gradient effect. I also have customers using Estate DK from Red Stag Fiber, Kelborn Woolen Scout as well. What are some of the other ones? Oh, Double Sunday has been popular for that as well. And actually, I think you could use Dapple if you wanted kind of a more lightweight version, or maybe you live in a hotter area. I would suggest Dapple. You should be able to get gauge quite well. And then last but not least, this is not a finished object from me, but we do have the pleasure of showcasing it in the shop for a little bit. This is the Hiberknitting Shawl by Stephen West. And this is knit out of Red Stag Fiber Cottage Sock in the colorways Cobblestone, Mar, Antique Leather, Red Stag, and Brick Tavern. And this has been knitted by Diane, who you've seen in the shop. She's always working on these fabulous Stephen West designs, and we're getting to showcase this for a little bit. So thanks, Diane. I just finished blocking it last night. And yes, I pinned out every single one of these little chevrons because it's worth it. It's beautiful. And now I'm questioning myself, is this cobblestone or, yes, it is cobblestone, but it's gorgeous. So Hiberknitting Shawl by Stephen West. And I say Hiberknitting Shawl. It's his Hiberknitting from this year, so it's actually called Aurora Cabin? I'll put it in the notes. I could be wildly wrong. But those are all the finished objects. Now for whips. I'm still working on my halo. I have made no progress on my halo, so I'm not even going to show it. But I did cast on, after finishing the cowl, I cast on the Park and Knit Mio Mighty. I don't have very much knit on it. I really cast it on because it was going to be over Easter, and I needed some mindless in the round knitting that I did not have to think about count anything for being around friends and family, and this was a great option. And I'm using Lenny, and I know this looks weird because this is not how Lenny comes. I actually had knit, you might have seen it before on the podcast, the Peacock Tee last year, or maybe even the year before, I can't remember. But I ended up not loving it, how it fit on me personally. So I ripped it out earlier this year, and so I just wound all the yarn, all the Lenny together. So I have plenty of Lenny for the Mio Mighty, which is just a basic. She's pictured it cropped. I won't do it as cropped as she is, but I have noticed lately I like things to be like right at my, I guess just a little bit lower than my natural waist, but not all the way down to my hips. For me, I think that suits my body style better. It's more flattering. So that's where I'm going, like kind of right above my hip bone area. That's what I'm going for. So I'm not going to be showing any, you know, or anything, but I just feel it's more flattering on me. So that's the length I'm going to knit mine. So I think the pattern says knit for like 7 inches. So I need to remeasure, but I think I'm going to knit for closer to 9 and then separate for the sleeves and do her sleeve shaping and everything else. So Mio Mighty by Park and Knit, Park Williams, and this is Lenny. This is the I can't remember now if this is, I think they just call it black. or slate, but it's the blackest color. I think it's 1099, I think. So I have that. And then I cast this on yesterday because Dapple launched new colors yesterday, so I had to do this. It's a Park and Knit day. I cast on the No Sweat shirt by Park and Knit. Oh, how cool is that? So this is the start of my No Sweat shirt, and I wanted it to be partly cotton and super oversized sweatshirt, hoodie type thing, just like she pictured hers. So I am using Dapple in their new colorway, Barely There. If you look on a lot of the press release photos, Barely There is pink. The batch that we got is like putty nude, and I adore it because there's not a drop of pink in this sucker. It's perfect. So before y'all think I'm knitting a pink sweatshirt, I am most definitely not. This is what I would call like a putty or an alabaster kind of cream white with no cream in it. So real quick, let me show you the colors. So we've got new colors and we've got old colors, but we're pretty much fully stocked in Dapple. Honeycrisp, an old color. Tayberry, one of the new ones. And then I'm going to compare Blaze. So Blaze has a brick undertone. Tayberry is truly like a red. And then Honeycomb is the brighter corally, almost orange leaning Honeycrisp apple. So Tayberry is one of the new colors. Then for our green family, it's kind of green. Really, we have Seafoam and Canopy. And then this is Verdigris, which is more teal. And then this is Macaroon, which is like a very light teal. Really, really pretty. And then this new color is Saltwater. All right, So Saltwater, Macaroon. This is the Barely There. Then another new color is this one. This is called Honey Bear. This is Medallion, which is the gold that they've had before. But this is Honey Bear. So it's more orange. It looks like Winnie the Pooh, okay? I don't know if that's what they were thinking when they named this Honey Bear, but it looks like Winnie the Pooh. Honestly, this looks like a pastel kids book. It's so cute. This kind of looks like Winnie the Pooh's shirt now that I'm thinking about it. And Little Rue's shirt. And if no one else remembers Winnie the Pooh, I'm dating myself. But that's that. Some of the other colors, these are not new colors, but of course Plinth, which is the light gray. This is Anchor, which is the dark gray. This is Black Walnut. Apparently a lot of people get confused that Black Walnut is black. It is not. It is chocolate brown, like an espresso brown. I don't know if you can really tell the difference here, but this is gray, and this is chocolate espresso brown. And then we've got Cosmos, which is a blue. This is Periwinkle, so it's blue, but it has a little purple undertone. And then you've got Current, which is like a dark blackberry currant color. Cerise, and then Petal. So those are the colors of Dapple, both the new colorways and current colorways. The only thing we actually are out of stock on is the natural, which is the undyed. That one is back ordered, but we have all the rest, so plenty to choose from, that's for sure. As far as Lenny and Tinlin and any of your other plant-based yarns, Mojave, like I said, we have the full complement of colorways in Mojave, so plenty for your next projects, whether it be Look at My Holes or the Mio Mighty or an Anchor Summer shirt. Plenty of options for that as well. Yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed this podcast. It is on a little bit on the shorter side. I didn't bring all my whips this morning, but I wanted to show off the new colors of Dapple and finished object so you could maybe add this to your list for the plant-based knit along. or make a trip this summer out to the shop. Who knows? So thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate the subscribing. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, and hopefully you'll join us again on the next episode. They are a little bit short. I'm aiming for like about 30 minutes for the future episodes, but with more frequency. So here's to hoping that I can work it into my schedule, and hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks or less on the next episode. Oh, that being said, LYS Day is April 29th. So if you are in town, make it a point to come to the shop on April 29th. We have a in-store exclusive. We have a beautiful trunk show. We've got some new notions that'll be coming in. We've got an exclusive colorway that will be here just for LYS Day, again, the 29th. And we have a new project bag in store, and there'll be a limited amount on the project bag. The project bags will be listed online as well, and I'm hoping to be able to list the trunk show as online as well. But that being said, definitely make plans to come by the shop on the 29th. We will be here 9 to 4 on LYS Day, and hopefully you can come by and support your local yarn store. We will also have t-shirts in all sizes for the Modern Skein, so you can definitely grab yourself a t-shirt to help support and show your support for your favorite LYS. So whether you're near or far, we do love continuing to be your favorite yarn store. Anyway, we can help pick out the perfect yarn for your perfect project. That is what we are here for. So we thank you for your continued support, and we'll see you on LYS Day or maybe before. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.